Alex was used to silence. His small house stood near a lonely canyon far from the nearest town. He liked machines more than people. As a repairman, he fixed old bikes, cars, and even drones. But that night, something strange happened. The sky flashed bright, and a loud boom shook the ground. He stepped outside and looked up. A trail of smoke and fire streaked across the sky. It crashed somewhere deep in the canyon. "What was that?" he whispered, grabbing his flashlight. He jumped into his old truck and drove toward the smoke. As he got closer, the smell of burning metal filled the air. His eyes widened when he saw the wreck. It wasn't a plane. It was something else, smooth, silver, and shaped like no machine he had ever seen. The strange ship had long wings and a glowing blue light in the center, which was now flickering and dim. He approached slowly, unsure if it was safe. The ship made a soft humming sound. Then, with a hiss, a door opened. 2 figures stepped out. At first, Alex thought his eyes were playing tricks on him. The 2 beings were tall, almost human in shape, but with soft blue-purple skin and small, elf-like ears. Their hair shimmered in the moonlight. One had silver strands, the other deep teal. They looked exactly alike. Twins. They stared at Alex with wide, glowing eyes, afraid but not aggressive. One of them stumbled, holding her side as if injured. "Don't hurt," the silver-haired one said in broken English. "I'm not here to hurt you," Alex said, raising his hands. "You need help." The other one, her eyes sharp and cautious, nodded. Alex knew he should call someone, maybe the military, but something deep inside told him not to. They looked scared and hurt. Whoever they were, they didn't crash on purpose. "Can you walk?" he asked. The one holding her side nodded slowly. "Come with me. I have tools. I can help." He guided them toward his truck. They hesitated for a moment, looking at each other silently, as if speaking with their eyes. Then they followed. Back at his garage, Alex helped them inside and gave them water. They drank carefully, still watching him. The silver-haired sister whispered something to the other in a language he didn't understand. "My name's Alex," he said gently. "You're safe here. I won't tell anyone." The cautious one finally spoke. "I am Mary. She is Lyra." Alex nodded. "Your ship. I'll take a look tomorrow." The sisters looked at him with a mix of hope and fear. He didn't know who they were or where they came from. But one thing was clear: they weren't enemies. And their crash wasn't just an accident. Something bigger had just landed in Alex's quiet world. And it was only the beginning. The next morning, Alex stood in front of the alien ship, tools in hand. The sun was rising, but the cold metal of the ship still steamed from the crash. Its surface was scratched and burned. The blue light in the center was barely glowing now. He opened a side panel and stared at the strange wires and crystal-like pieces inside. This wasn't anything like Earth's machines, but something told him he could figure it out. Behind him, Nairi and Lyra watched silently. Their injuries had been cleaned, and Alex had wrapped Lyra's side with bandages. They had slept in his workshop, curled up together on a soft blanket. They hadn't spoken much, but their eyes followed every move Alex made. "You two really trust me, huh?" Alex asked without turning around. Nairi stepped forward. "We feel your kindness." Lyra added, "And we have no choice." Alex chuckled softly. Fair enough. He worked for hours, comparing each part to tools and devices he had. It wasn't easy, but he made progress. A small screen inside the ship blinked to life. Strange symbols appeared, but then quickly shifted into English. Power core, damaged. Stabilizer, offline. External comms, blocked. "That explains a lot," Alex muttered. "No wonder you crashed." Lyra tilted her head. "Can you fix it?" Alex wiped his hands. "I think so. But I need rare materials, things I don't have here." Might take a few days. The twins looked at each other again, like they were sharing thoughts without speaking. We can wait, Nairi said quietly, but danger follows us. What kind of danger? Alex asked. They hesitated. Then Lyra stepped closer. We ran, she said, from a place where twins are not free. Alex frowned. You mean like prison? No, Nairi replied. Slavery. Alex's chest tightened. He didn't expect that. You escaped. They both nodded. We stole the ship and flew, Lyra said, but they are looking for us. Alex rubbed his face. This wasn't just a crash, it was a chase. And now he was part of it. You're safe here, he said after a pause. I'll hide the ship. No one comes here anyway. The sisters both looked relieved. Nairi smiled for the first time. That evening, Alex covered the ship with a huge tarp and dragged old junk in front of it to block it from sight. Inside the garage, he gave the twins some canned soup and bread. They ate slowly, as if tasting food for the first time. This is good, Lyra said softly. Alex smiled. It's not much, but I got more. Nairi looked at him with soft eyes. Why help us? Alex shrugged. You needed it. That's enough for me. Outside, the sky darkened again, but inside, trust was growing. Alex didn't know it yet, but helping them would change his life forever. And the real danger was getting closer. The next few days felt like a strange dream to Alex. He worked on the alien ship during the day and spent the evenings with Nairi and Lyra. He had never lived with anyone before, let alone two alien sisters who looked like they came from a world of stars. They were curious about everything, his tools, his food, even the way he talked. What is wrench? Nairi asked, holding one in her hand. Alex smiled. It helps me turn bolts. She tried it out on a spare nut and laughed when it worked. Simple but clever, she said. Lyra was more quiet, but she watched him closely. When he repaired the ship's damaged panel, she sat beside him, handing him tools without being asked. She learned fast, maybe faster than a human would. Alex also asked them questions. Why do you two look exactly the same? We are twin bonded, Nairi explained. In our species, twins share thoughts and emotions. Like telepathy? He asked. They both nodded. So you can read each other's minds? Yes, Lyra replied. And sometimes, others too. Alex blinked. You mean me? Only feelings, Nairi said gently. Not thoughts. But your heart is loud. He laughed nervously. Loud heart. That's a new one. One night, Alex played soft music from an old speaker. The melody was slow and peaceful. The sisters sat near the fire, listening with their eyes closed. This sound makes me feel safe, Lyra whispered. It's called music, Alex said. It helps humans relax. Nairi looked up. We never had this in our world. Then I'll play more, he said, leaning back. They were slowly becoming more than just guests. They felt like companions, but not everything was calm. That same night, while Alex was checking the ship, a strange beeping sound echoed from the back panel. He opened a small hatch and saw a flashing red light. Warning. Tracking signal detected. His stomach dropped. He ran to the garage and told the sisters. Their smiles faded instantly. They found us. Lyra asked, fear in her voice. Not yet, Alex replied. But your ship sent out a weak signal. I think I can shut it down. He worked quickly, cutting off the connection using spare circuit boards and wires. After a few tense minutes, the red light stopped flashing. Signals blocked, for now. Nairi stepped forward. Thank you, Alex. He looked at them seriously. You weren't lying about being hunted, were you? No, Lyra said. They will come, but we don't know when. Alex nodded. Then we'd better hurry. I'll fix your ship. We'll get you out of here. The twins stood quietly, their eyes full of worry, but also trust. Alex didn't understand everything about them yet, but he knew one thing. These sisters didn't belong to the stars anymore. For now, they belonged here, with him. The night was quiet, too quiet. Alex stood outside, staring at the sky. The air felt heavy. He had a strange feeling in his chest, like something was watching. Nayari and Lyra were inside the garage, resting. The ship was still hidden under the tarp, and Alex had added metal sheets and junk to cover it more. Suddenly, he saw something. A small red light blinked in the sky, then moved quickly down toward his land. It wasn't a plane. It made no sound. It hovered, scanning the area. A drone, Alex whispered. He ran inside and slammed the door. "Wake up," he shouted. "They sent a drone." Nayari jumped up, her eyes wide. "Already?" Lyra grabbed a silver device from her bag. "We must block it." Alex led them outside. The drone hovered near the trees. It flashed blue once, scanning the ground. "Can it see through the cover?" Alex asked. "Yes," Lyra said. "It's a scout. It sends data back to them." She pressed a button on her device. A soft pulse of energy burst out, invisible to the eye. But Alex felt a strange hum in the air. The drone flickered, shook, and then crashed into the dirt with a sharp thud. "It's down," she said. "Is the signal still active?" Alex asked. Nayari checked the drone and shook her head. "It stopped transmitting, but now they know this planet has life." Alex cursed under his breath. "That means they'll come in person." Lyra placed a hand on his arm. "We are sorry, Alex. We didn't want to bring danger to you." He looked at her, serious. "I told you, you're safe here. We'll handle it." Nayari stepped closer. "Why do you care so much? We are not your kind." Alex smiled faintly. "Doesn't matter. You needed help. I couldn't walk away." The sisters looked at each other, and for a moment, their bond was silent. Then Nayari said, "You are different, not like others." Alex looked at the fallen drone. "We need to hide that fast." He dug a deep hole behind the garage and buried the pieces. Then, just to be sure, he poured old engine oil on top and lit it. The smoke would look like a trash fire, nothing strange. Back inside, he made sure the ship was still fully blocked. He checked the systems and cleaned more of the damaged parts. Every minute counted now. That night, no one slept. The sisters sat near him while he worked, quiet and alert. He could feel their fear, but also their trust. As he tightened the final bolts on the stabilizer unit, he looked at them and said, "We're not giving up." Nayari smiled gently. "We don't want to leave you behind." Alex paused. He hadn't thought about that. What if, after all this, they had to leave him? He said nothing, but deep down, he knew. This wasn't just about fixing the ship anymore. Alex was tired, but he didn't stop working. The ship needed one more part to function, a cooling unit. He had nothing that matched it exactly, but he believed he could build something close. Using old car parts, computer fans, and broken drones, he started putting things together. Nayari sat near him, quietly watching. "You're always fixing, even when you're tired." Alex smiled without looking up. "That's what I do. I fix broken things." Lyra entered the garage with 2 cups of warm tea. She handed one to Alex and sat on the other side of him. "You are more than a fixer," Lyra said softly. "You are kind." Alex took the cup and nodded. "Thanks." Not used to hearing that. The twins stayed close as he worked. They didn't speak much, but their presence was comforting. Alex had never felt this kind of peace before, working while 2 alien sisters sat beside him like trusted friends. "On our world," Nayari began, "people don't help strangers." Lyra nodded. "Only those who give orders receive care." Alex looked at them. "That sounds cold." "It is," Nayari whispered. That's why we ran. They grew silent again. The air felt heavier, not from fear, but from something else. A strange connection had formed between them. Alex could feel it. You two always feel what the other feels, right? He asked. Nairi smiled. Yes. Since birth, we are one mind in two forms. Lyra looked at him. But now, we also feel you. Alex blinked. Feel me. Not read, Nairi said, but sense. We know when you are sad, Lyra added. When you are calm. When you worry. Alex looked down at the machine in his hands. That's strange, but kind of nice. Lyra suddenly leaned closer. Last night, when the drone came, you were scared, but you didn't run. Because I won't leave you too, Alex replied. You don't deserve to be hunted. There was a moment of silence. Then Nairi touched his hand. You are changing us. Alex felt a warmth in her touch. It wasn't romantic. It was something deeper. Trust. Connection. A bond forming that neither of them fully understood. Later that night, the cooling unit was almost done. Alex felt proud of his work. Tomorrow, we test it. Lyra smiled. We believe in you. Alex looked at them both, sitting on either side of him, eyes calm and trusting. He never thought his quiet life would lead to this. Two alien sisters hiding in his garage, a broken ship, a galaxy-wide danger. And yet it didn't feel like a burden. It felt like he belonged. As they rested beside him, he leaned back and whispered to himself, maybe I wasn't just fixing your ship. Maybe I was fixing something inside me too. Outside, the wind howled through the canyon. But inside, three souls sat close, bound by more than words. The next morning, the sun rose quietly over the canyon. Alex stretched his arms and yawned. He had slept only a few hours, but he didn't feel tired. The cooling unit he built last night was ready to be tested. Nairi and Lyra were already awake. They stood near the ship, whispering to each other in their soft alien language. When they saw Alex, both smiled. Good morning, Nairi said. Today we fly. Lyra asked, her voice filled with hope. Let's try, Alex replied, picking up his toolbox. He connected the cooling unit to the ship's energy core. Sparks flew for a moment. Then the system calmed. A soft hum filled the air. The ship's center light began to glow, bright and steady this time. It's working, Alex said with a proud grin. Suddenly, the ship's screen lit up by itself. Strange alien symbols appeared, scrolling fast. Then, a deep robotic voice spoke in English. Tracking confirmed. Message received. Recovery unit dispatched. The glow on the screen faded. The room fell silent. Alex looked at the sisters. Their faces had turned pale. What was that? He asked. They found us, Nairi whispered. The ship's memory sent a signal. When it turned on fully, Lyra added. Alex's heart raced. So, they're coming. Nairi nodded slowly. Yes, and they will not ask questions. They will destroy anyone who helped us. Alex stepped back. He wasn't afraid for himself, but for them. How much time do we have? He asked. Maybe a day, Lyra answered. Maybe less. Alex walked in circles, thinking fast. Can the ship fly now? It can lift, Nairi said, but not for long. It still needs stronger power. Alex suddenly remembered something. An old military battery was buried in his storage shed, left behind years ago when he repaired army gear. It was heavy, but powerful. I might have something, he said. As he ran outside, the sisters followed him. In the dusty shed, he found the rusted battery. It was covered in cobwebs, but the charge still read green. This could work, Alex said. They carried it together back to the ship and plugged it in. The engine responded immediately. The screen turned on again, this time without warnings. We can fly short distance, Nairi confirmed. but we'll need to leave soon. Alex stared at the ship, then at the sisters. And what about me? Lyra stepped closer. You saved us. You should come with us. Nayari nodded. But it's your choice. Alex looked at his home, his tools, the canyon, then at their faces. Two alien sisters who trusted him, who he had protected. He didn't answer yet, but deep down, he knew the truth. The stars were calling, and danger was getting closer with every minute. Morning light filtered through the garage windows as Alex stood before the alien ship. He felt a mix of excitement and nerves. Today was the day for the final fix. He tightened the last bolt on the cooling unit and checked every connection one more time. Nayari and Lyra watched him closely, their faces full of hope. This is it, Alex said, wiping sweat from his brow. Let's see if everything holds. He climbed into the cockpit and sat at the strange control panel. The seats felt soft and comforting. He reached for the activation lever, which the sisters had marked with glowing paint so he wouldn't miss it. Lyra climbed in beside him. I will guide you, she said. Her voice was calm and steady. Nayari stood outside, ready to help from the ground. Alex took a deep breath and pulled the lever. The engine roared to life. The hum was stronger than before. Lights flickered on across the dashboard. The ship's systems booted up in sequence. Navigation, life support, shields. A soft chime sounded. The ship announced in a gentle robotic voice. Systems nominal. Flight ready. Alex smiled. It worked. Lyra tapped a few buttons on her device. Shields are stable. We can protect you during takeoff. Alex nodded. He pressed another button, and the cockpit view changed to a screen showing the canyon outside. He practiced moving the cursor with a small joystick. The view panned smoothly over the dusty landscape. This is the flight path, Nayari said from outside. She pointed to a line on the screen marking a safe route over the mountains. Alex studied it. I understand. Follow the line. Nayari smiled. Good. For the next few minutes, Alex practiced short moves. He lifted the ship a few inches off the ground. It hovered steadily. His heart pounded, but the ship felt balanced and strong. Then he set it down gently. The engines cut back to idle. He climbed out and joined the sisters by the side of the ship. You did well, Nayari said, placing a hand on his shoulder. Lyra hugged him. We could not have done this without you. Alex looked at them both. He felt a warmth in his chest. I couldn't leave you two alone. Nayari stepped close. You are part of our family now. Alex smiled, touched. He picked up a small toolkit. Let's stow these and go. They worked together, storing tools in a hidden compartment under the tarp that covered the ship's rear. Lyra folded the tarp neatly, and Nayari pushed the junk blocking the entrance aside. As the last pieces fell into place, Alex and the sisters stood at the ship's hatch. Outside, the canyon was quiet. The morning breeze stirred the dust. Alex looked up at the sky. He thought of home, his simple house and his lonely nights. Now everything was changing. Lyra placed a gentle hand on his arm. Nayari offered her other hand. Together, the three stood united in silence. Alex squeezed their hands. Let's fly away, he whispered. With that, he climbed into the cockpit once more. The sisters followed. Alex felt the ship's door close behind him, sealing in the final fix and the promise of a new journey. And with hearts full of hope, they prepared to lift off into the stars. The ship rose slowly above the canyon floor. Alex held the controls steady as the engines hummed. Nayari and Lyra watched the landscape shrink below them. For a moment, the sky looked calm and wide. Alex felt relief. They had made it this far. Suddenly, a bright shape appeared ahead. At first, it looked like a star. Then it grew larger and nearer. A dark, angular ship cut through the clouds. It was the warlord's scout vessel. Its hull was painted black and red. No welcome lights blinked on its surface. Only weapons. Lyra gasped. Nayari's hand went to Alex's arm. They came. Nayari whispered. Too fast. Alex swallowed hard. He studied the scout ship's underbelly. A row of sensors glowed ominously. Any detection could bring a full fleet. He had to act quickly. Listen to me, Alex said firmly. I can trick their sensors. Stand by. He reached under the console and pulled out a small device he had fashioned days before. It was a jamming unit built from old radio parts and computer chips. He flipped the switch. The device whined softly, sending out a pulse of scrambled signals. On the scout ship, alarm lights blinked. Its engines shuddered. The ship hesitated in midair. That's it, Alex shouted. We have a chance. Lyra pressed a button on her wrist. A glowing shield flickered around their ship, bending light and hiding their silhouette. They drifted behind a rocky spire rising from the canyon. The scout ship fired a warning beam. It struck the rock and carved a deep scar. Alex winced. Hold tight, he said. Nayari held his shoulder. Be careful. The scout ship circled, searching. Its sensors scanned the rocky outcrop. Alex kept the jamming unit on. The beam missed them again. But the jamming needed power. He could only run it for a short time. I need to overload it, Alex said. On my mark. He switched the jamming unit to high output. The device sparked and glowed red. Alex gripped the throttle. Now, a surge of energy burst from their ship. The jamming signal spiked. The scout ship's sensors overloaded. Beams of light crossed inside its hull. Then, with a grinding roar, the scout's engines failed. It fell like a stone, crashing into the mountainside below. Alex cut power to the jamming device. He hoped it had not burned out completely. The shield around their ship flickered, and then held steady. Is it gone? Lyra asked, her voice shaking. Alex peered down. Thick smoke rose where the scout had fallen. It crashed. I think it's done. Nayari exhaled in relief. You saved us again. He let out a breath. We're safe, for now. The canyon was quiet once more. But Alex knew this was only the beginning. The warlord would learn of the crash. A full armada might come next. Yet in that moment, with the sisters by his side, he felt hope. They had survived betrayal from above. And they were still together, soaring through the stars. The alien ship had cleared the mountains and now glided over the clouds. Inside the cabin, Alex felt a rush of relief and pride. He had kept them safe twice in one day. Nayari and Lyra sat across from him, their faces bright with gratitude. You did more than fix our ship, Nayari said softly. You saved our lives. Lyra nodded. We owe you everything, Alex. Alex shook his head. I only did what was right. The sisters exchanged a look. Nayari reached into a small compartment and pulled out 2 glowing crystals. The light was soft, warm, and pulsing like a heartbeat. These are gifts, Lyra explained. They are called star hearts. On our world, Twinborn may give a star heart only to someone who has saved both of them. Alex held the crystal gingerly. It felt alive in his hand, warm and comforting. Why me? He asked, voice low. Nayari's eyes shone. Because you saw us as people, not tools. Because you risked your life without asking for anything. Lyra placed her crystal in Alex's other hand. We share these with you. In our bond, you are now our chosen. Alex stared at the crystals. He remembered his quiet life, alone with his tools in the garage. He never expected such a gift. Tears stung his eyes. Thank you, he whispered. Nayari moved closer. There is more. As a keeper of Starheart, you may visit our world. You may learn our ways. Lyra smiled. And you have a place by our side, if you choose. Alex looked at the glowing stones, and then into their gentle faces. He thought of Earth, of his lonely nights, but he also felt something new, a sense of belonging. I would be honored, he said finally. The sisters beamed. They placed their hands together on top of Alex's, the crystals glowing brighter. A soft wave of energy passed through him. He felt calm, connected, and full of hope. Outside, the ship's engines hummed a cheerful tune. The sky was painted with gold as the sun began to rise. Nayari pressed a button, and the cockpit view switched to the stars ahead. "We are leaving the solar system now," she said. "Next stop, our home." Lyra pointed at a distant nebula. "That is our galaxy's heart. You will love it." Alex leaned back in his seat. The twins had rewarded him not with riches or power, but with friendship, trust, and a chance to see the stars in a way he never dreamed. He turned to them and smiled. "I can't wait to see your world." Nayari reached out and held his hand. "Then together we will explore beyond any boundary." Lyra rested her head on Alex's shoulder. "We three will write new stories among the stars." As the ship sailed into the cosmic sea, Alex looked forward to the adventure ahead. He understood now that the greatest reward was not the crystals, but the bond they shared, and the promise of a new life, side by side with the twin alien sisters. Alex sat beside Nayari and Lyra as the ship left the solar system. He watched Earth shrink into a blue dot. He felt a pull in his heart. He had never thought he would leave home. Yet here he was, bound for an alien world. The twins held his hands. Their star hearts glowed softly in the dim cabin light. Alex felt warmth spread through him. He pressed their hands and smiled. "We will miss Earth," Alex said quietly. "But I am ready." Nayari nodded. "Our home will welcome you. You will see wonders." Lyra pointed at the view screen. "Look there." On the screen, a cloud of pink and orange dust glowed. "That is the nebula of New Dawn," she said. Alex leaned forward. The nebula looked like a sunrise in space. He felt awe. "It is beautiful," he whispered. They spent hours talking. Alex learned more about the sisters' world. They spoke of floating cities, crystal forests, and twin-born guardians who watched over the stars. He asked many questions. Nayari and Lyra answered with gentle smiles. When the nebula was near, the ship slowed. A soft hum filled the cabin. Alex rose and joined the twins at the window. Colors danced across the glass as they passed through the pink clouds. Alex felt light and free. The weight of his old life felt far behind him. Yet he treasured his past. He remembered the canyon, the crash, and his quiet nights in the garage. Without those moments, he would not be here. A soft chime sounded. The ship announced, "Approaching Haven Station. Landing pad open." Nayari turned to Alex. "This is our first stop. We will rest and then continue." Lyra smiled. "We want you to see our capital city. You will walk among crystal trees." Alex laughed softly. "I can't wait." They prepared to land. Alex strapped himself in and felt the ship's weight shift. Outside, the station's lights grew brighter. It looked like a ring of floating lanterns. As the ship touched down, Alex's heart raced. The hatch opened with a smooth hiss. A warm breeze touched his face. Even in space, the station had life. Nayari and Lyra led him out. Alex stepped onto a landing platform that glowed beneath his boots. He looked around at towers of crystal, bridges of light, and alien people moving with grace. The air smelled sweet, like flowers he had never known. A group of twin-born guards approached, their faces kind. One of them bowed. "Welcome, Keeper of Starheart," he said in perfect English. "We are honored by your arrival." Alex stood taller. He felt proud and humble. He shook the guard's hand. "Thank you. I am happy to be here." Nayari and Lyra beamed at him. They guided him toward a path lined with glowing stones. Alex walked between them, feeling the weight of excitement and hope. As they moved through the city, Alex knew his life had changed forever. He was no longer just a human repairman. He was a keeper of Starheart, a friend to twin-born sisters, and a citizen of two worlds. He turned to Nyari and Lyra. "Thank you for choosing me." Lyra smiled. "We chose you for your kindness." Nyari added, "And for your courage." Alex looked at the shining towers ahead. He took a deep breath. "Then let us see what adventures await." Hand in hand, the three stepped forward into the light, ready to write a new story among the stars.